The sync recall system is used to create clock synchronized value transitions between pan positions, mixer levels and sub-patch parameters, and after lengthy and challenging testing the script was refined and the system proved to be robust and reliable even when all system parameters are transitioning simultaneously. And it was also tested at high tempos up to 300 BPM and continued to work without errors. Let's just give that a try then. So I'm going to switch on sync for the drum panner and the drum mixer and sub-patch parameters, and also the synth panner and the synth mixer and sub-patch parameters. And I'm going to remotely trigger alternate presets from the Octatrack, and we should be able to see that sync mode is now working on the drum panner, the drum mixer, the synth panner and the synth mixer. And if we look at the individual pages, we can see that the drum sub-patch parameters are in sync recall, and also the synth sub-patch parameters. And this was also tested up to a maximum system tempo of 300 BPM. So let's just demonstrate that again now. I'll turn the tempo all the way up to 300 BPM and I'll press play again. And we can see that everything works. Sync recall without any problems at all. Having established that the sync recall system worked reliably in extreme circumstances such as these, it was then felt that it would be possible to extend its functionality specifically for the panner controls to allow for more expressive and experimental panning during a performance. Following extensive further testing and development of the sync recall script, 3 additional specialized 3D panning functions were created, the first of which being the bounce function. If the user recalls a preset with sync mode engaged, the preset is recalled via a synchronized transition from the current pan positions. Like so. With the bounce button enabled, sync recall will complete the transition as normal. However, when the preset pan positions are reached, the script will calculate the return journey and execute the transition in reverse, returning the panners to their starting positions. Because the sync recall script captures the control positions at the moment the preset is recalled, the user does not have to bounce between 2 existing presets. Instead, they can manually move the panner to a new position, perhaps in a moment of inspiration during a performance, for example. If a preset is then recalled, the panner will again transition via sync recall. However, if bounce is engaged, the reverse transition returns the panners back to the manually panned position. So let's just ad-lib this now. Let's say I've moved my panners over to somewhere like this during a performance, and I'll recall a new preset with sync and bounce engaged. Having successfully got the bounce function working, I started to imagine how you may wish to use this in a live 3D performance situation. And it occurred to me that you might want to have this preset bounce function repeat to create a sound that continues to move back and forth in 3D space. To achieve this, the retrig function was added. Retrig works by automatically retriggering the previously selected preset when the reverse bounce transition is completed, setting up a perpetual movement between 2 states. So if I trigger another preset now and switch on retrig mode, you can see that the preset is automatically re-triggered on the next downbeat, and the back and forth motion continues. And it'll continue like this until the retrig button is deactivated, when the panners will go back to their previous position. Having successfully got the bounce and retrig functions working, I wondered if it would be possible to extend the functionality of sync recall yet further and have the 3D panner cycle between a number of presets to create a more interesting and evolving spatial presentation during a performance. Chain mode achieves this by allowing the panner to cycle between 3 of the 8 available presets indefinitely. The user first assigns the chosen presets to each of the 3 available chain slots. So these 3 buttons here are my available chain slots, and you can see there's a little number in the bottom right hand corner that says chain slot 1 is assigned to preset number 5, number 2 is assigned to preset number 6, and number 7 is number 3 is assigned to preset number 7. So let's just assign some different presets to the chain slots. I'm going to switch chain on, and I simply hold the preset number and touch the chain slot button, and you can see preset 1 is now assigned to chain slot 1. I'll assign 2 to chain slot 2 and preset 3 to chain slot 3. Now if sync mode is enabled, the panner will cycle between presets 1, 2 and 3 until the chain button is deselected. As with the bounce and retrig functions, the user can safely select another measure value while the panners are moving to slow down or speed up the panning effect. If an error occurs resulting in unexpected behaviour, the script simply resets at the next available downbeat. So let's try a 2-bar chain instead. And you see there's a slight error there, but the system corrects as all variables are reset and normal chain activity is resumed. Let's go back to 1 bar. Quick reset. And chain mode is functioning normally again. As with bounce and retrig, chain mode was also tested successfully at the maximum system tempo of 300 BPM. You can see the BPM readout in the corner here. I'll just increase the BPM up to maximum. You can see you've got 300 BPM. And chain mode is working without any problems.